Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. Today you join me as I celebrate Yule in the Northern Hemisphere for 2022. Yule, or the winter solstice, is the longest night and the shortest day, where we welcome the rebirth of the sun. I have celebrated the natural cycles of the year for as long as I can remember. This turned into celebrating the 8 Sabbaths of the year once I understood what they really truly meant. Some are big celebrations and others are just a mere nod, depending on life, schedules, health. Basically, they have to fit around modern day living. The Yule tree, or the Christmas tree as it is more commonly known as, in ancient times was decorated with natural ornaments, fruit, berries, pine cones and symbols of gods and goddesses. We tend to decorate our tree with a mixture of both traditional and more modern elements so that all of my family is represented on it. The traditional garlands of cranberries or popcorn would be eaten by the birds through the winter as they were put on outdoor trees. And so, to honour this tradition, I always make sure that the birds have a bounty of food to eat. I like to tend to the beds in my garden, whether it be 1 or 10, during the period of Yule. Not only is this a grounding ritual for me and meditative, it just reminds me that the garden hasn't died, it is simply having a resting period, and that in the spring there will be new life and these bulbs will blossom. The sun shall return and I can look forward to the warmth and the rebirth in the spring. I journal about my day and get my thoughts down of what has come to pass this Yule. I practice divination on a daily basis, and so, as you can imagine, divination is a large, important part of my Sabbath rituals. You will see that I am using my Spirit Song Animal tarot deck. This deck is the one that I have probably the deepest connection with, and I use it every single Sabbath. This spread is the most common spread that I do on a Sabbath, and I ask the Spirit Song animals what will happen between this Sabbath and the next, and the animals always have an answer for me. I also write a short verse, paragraph or a poem about Yule and my wishes for the Yule period and the year to come. I then create a sigil. The lighting of candles or having bonfires to represent the warmth and the rebirth of the sun. Wassailing with the traditional spiced cider or the more child-friendly hot chocolate to bless the fruit trees and ask them for a bountiful harvest the following year. The final thing that I did for Yule was to create a Yule spell jar. First of all, I ground myself and cleanse my space. Making sure to cleanse the jar that I will be using and all of my tools thoroughly. I use sage as a smoke cleansing bundle. Sage is well known for its cleansing abilities, as well as wisdom and health among many other things. Please remember to practice fire safety when working with anything like this. I then get my oak gore ink and my peacock quill. I only use these for spells and rituals. My peacock quill helps to aid with communication, focuses me, and gives power to sigils and any words that are written. The oak gore ink from the oak tree signifies strength, it helps with vitality, and aids wisdom. I use these tools to write down my wish for the new year. Once I have finished writing my wish for the new year, I roll it up and then it is tied up with twine, which is easily decomposable. I now start to add the ingredients of the spell to the jar. Firstly, black salt, also known as witch's salt, for protection. Rose buds and rose petals for love, both self-love and relationships that I have in my life that I want to blossom in the new year. Rosemary, to banish any negative energy that may be lingering. It is also good for opening doors, new beginnings, and to help us break bad habits. There are no hard or fast rules of how much of each of these herbs or ingredients you use. You should use your own judgment. I tend to use a lot of rosemary in my workings, but this is personal preference. Marigold petals for joy and prosperity in the coming year. Yarrow, which is my go-to herb for all things to do with self-love. Peppermint, for its healing energy. Now, one of my favourite herbs to work with, lavender, for its calmful energy, for its tranquility, for peace. Eucalyptus, another herb that is a go-to of mine to help with immunity and its healing qualities. Cascarilla powder for rebirth and for its strength. Cloves for protection, friendship, and a little bit of good luck. Star anise for a little extra protection. Evergreens, this time I'm using conifer, pine and spruce for their protection, strength, and rebirth. Holly to represent the Holly King, luck, protection and wisdom. Moss for luck, protection and strength. A pine cone for protection and a sign of rebirth. Orange to represent the sun that we are welcoming back after the winter solstice. And of course for happiness. I cleanse my amethyst, ready to add to my spell jar. Amethyst is known as the all-healer. cinnamon for abundance, banish negativity, for its warmth and for its healing powers. Pyrite for prosperity, protection and memory. I then added frankincense and myrrh essential oil for its healing properties. Now to seal the spell, I'm using a white candle for hope. Then I get my mandrake anointing oil. Mandrake is good for health, luck and wealth. If you note, the top of the candle has a pin in it. I will work with the candle from the wick until this pin falls out. Then the ritual will be done. Dress the candle ready to be used in this spell. I attach the candle to the top of the jar, being aware of fire safety, and then I meditate for as long as I feel that I need to. I will sit quietly and take notes of this spell while I wait for the candle to melt. Once your pin has fallen out, your spell is done. I then do a final seal of wax around the jar clockwise to invoke. I snuff out the candle and then wrap twine around the jar, ready to add the rune for protection. The next thing that I do to finish this spell and seal it is to add a carved pentacle to the top wax. The pentacle represents the elements of air, fire, water, earth, and of course spirit, and is a sign of protection. I will sit and meditate with my spell jar for a little longer. Making traditional Yule logs, wreaths, simmer pots, which are a wonderful yet simple ritual to perform, as well as making your home smell simply divine. Or some sweet traditional treats, some of which are featured more in depth in my Vlogmas videos, which you can find in the playlist on my channel. I hope you have enjoyed having a little insight into how I celebrate the Sabbath of Yule. Sending you all love and light for the coming year and brightest blessings. For now, goodbye.